Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. On today's show, we are reviewing the movie of the year, Madam Web. And we're also going to give you an insight on our trip to Melbourne, where we saw the great Taylor Swift.
Woohoo!
But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Pretty please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Subscribe! And leave a comment down below any of your feedback and what your favourite movie so far this year has been.
Comment below, favorite. Tell us your favourite Taylor Swift song. Haha. Hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one. Including, we interrupt this regular programming. Hannah, it was True Detective season finale.
That was the season finale? Wow.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Yeah.
MVP.
I also covered Masters of the Air and I covered Curb Your Enthusiasm. Next week's episode, we're going to cover Disney Plus show, which is also on FX in America, The End of the World with Emma Corrin. So that should be good. Let us get on to the reviews and Madam Web. It's a Marvel movie made by Sony because it's Spider. The elevator pitch. Your mum dies giving birth to you and then you are a paramedic and then you start seeing bits of the future.
Yeah.
And then there's, Spider Girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Reasons to this end.
This might very well be the comedy movie of the year. It is diabolically bad. Like, just straight off. This movie's bad. But it's so funny in so many ways that this movie exists. And that Dakota Johnson is so incredibly funny. And it's like watching... Like, she doesn't want to be there at all. And that's her whole personality. That's like, if you loved what she's been doing recently, where she's just spilling tea, she's just making fun of she's having these interviews where she's just saying, she's being blunt, she's being honest, she doesn't really care. This whole movie is that, where she's just being this woman who is reluctantly having to do all these things because she's a reluctant hero in this movie, because you have the three young girls, Sydney Sweeney and the other two, who, by the way, in the trailer, they show them in their Spidey suits.
That's the whole time you see him.
That's
the whole time you see him.
Yeah. They don't become spider people in this movie. They're just three girls that Dakota Johnson has to look after this entire movie and babysit. It is incredibly just funny. The dialogue is absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of, what superhero movies were before the MCU, before Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. It was these were the superhero movies you would get, really corny, cheesy dialogue, maybe an actor and just a lot of just bad jokes and corny humor.
It's not only the current superhero movies, you get a wink to a character. This is like a sledgehammer to a character. You're getting Uncle Ben.
No, but it isn't, because they cut out so you don't know. So unless you are you're putting yourself out there to say, yeah, it's Uncle Ben. They don't say that. They don't even call him, they say Uncle. He's ready to be an uncle. But they never call him. Then halfway through the movie, you realize his name is Ben.
But he says it's Uncle with, that's
he never says,
all the fun, no, it's responsibility. It's just...
No, that was the guy, that's the spider guy. Which, by the way, this movie, hilarious. Yeah. Won't spoil the movie if you want to. And I recommend, if you want to laugh and you love Dakota Johnson's humor and stuff, please go see it, because it's a really funny movie. It's funny to just laugh at something like this. There's a whole thing. It's ridiculous with the whole spider people. If this wasn't a superhero movie and this was just a movie about a woman who gets who sees the future and then has to save these girls. If this was like some sort of like I don't know, like a In the Line of Fire or Deja Vu, where like it's something weird is happening and you're having to save people.
You know why we like this movie?
Why?
Because it's like hypnotic.
No, no. Don't say that. Hypnotic is actually a brilliant film, and you know it to be true. This movie is so bad that it's good.
Yeah.
Hypnotic is not a bad movie.
This movie walks so Hypnotic could run.
No, Hypnotic is actually a good movie. I don't know what you're talking about. But they follow the tropes of thriller trash. This movie has no idea what it is, and it just exists as a film. If you like something like The Room, this is like The Room. This is like is like
that's what it is. Yeah,
like Dakota Johnson is basically doing. I didn't hear that. No, I didn't. Oh hi, Mark. That is her the entire movie, and it's actually a wonderful performance. Even when she gets emotional, it just makes you laugh.
This scene where these Amazon spider people. It's so funny. It is so funny. Like, we were in the cinema and we went and saw it in Melbourne when we were going to see Taylor Swift. And we went and saw it with a sister who just loves Dakota Johnson. And Hannah and I were just laughing the entire time. And I don't know, but I just enjoyed it. I think this is a movie you go see with your friends and you can, when you just see something like one of the most popular TV shows on Australian television at the moment is Married at First Sight, and people watch that movie for the exact same reason you watch this. It is so bad, but it's so bad it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's guilty. It's guilty like trash, and you shouldn't be ashamed. Like, if you like this movie, don't be ashamed. It is funny. I think you're just being ridiculous if you're just going, it's the worst one. No. Morbius was bad. I think people are thinking Morbius was on like some higher level stuff. It wasn't. Just because it was more serious doesn't make it more coherent. We saw it twice and it was still not coherent. It was bad.
It had a really good post-credit scene though.
Oh, that was the worst part. Something that will lead... This movie does not have a post-credit scene. It does set itself up, but have gone out and saying this movie will not get anything else in the future.
But it didn't need a post-credit scene because the last 2 minutes of it where she has those glasses and she's in the wheelchair, like Professor X wheelchair.
They basically set up Madam Web, but it is the worst setup I've ever seen in a superhero movie.
And the window is like cracks in the glass with spiderweb.
It's garbage. Honestly, it's just a lot of fun.
Okay, so our recommendation is go see it with friends. It's fun. What's the rating for this?
It's bad. It's a really bad movie. It's you. Are you saying I fell asleep? But
yeah, I think it is. I fell asleep, but
it's a bad movie. But
it's I fell asleep, but it's I fell asleep to watch.
Yeah, like as in you gotta see how bad it is. Yeah. Like a movie that was bad that people wanted to go see was probably like Winnie the Pooh, Bud and Honey. That was like a movie that's so bad. Yeah. Like people wanted to go see it. And I think that was terrible.
What was a really bad movie that we watched recently? We gave it I fell asleep.
Argyle? But that one you don't want people to watch.
Yeah, but like there was some fun bits in Argyle. Like fun as in terrible, like just like this one.
No, I find this is so bad it's like funny. Yeah. Whereas Argyle was trying to be funny. This was unintentionally funny.
But I think we're in the bag for Dakota Johnson as well, though.
I would say yes, but also this is Dakota Johnson. Like, they knew going in, because if they didn't want her to have that same humor, I don't know why you'd write it that way.
The only way this movie has worked for us is we've seen all the interviews, and the interviews inform. Yeah, and it's also like she gets asked a question. Were you close with the other girls? Oh, no, I wasn't close with the other girls at all. Then they interview the girls and they say, oh, were you close with Dakota? Oh, we tried to send her messages and she never replied. I've been unread for 2 years. Like
that's very Dakota Johnson.
And it just all informs, and like the chemistry on the screen doesn't work between Dakota Johnson and the three girls, but the three girls' chemistry is really good.
But that kind of works because that's how that whole movie is set out, where she's reluctantly like, like she's like she finds them annoying, and like it's really funny because in real life that's probably how she feels about them too, and I don't know, it works in a way. It's just this whole movie doesn't
The water birth, oh, so good.
there's no development in this movie, to be honest. It is just like a whole like things are happening here, and you're here for like a fun dumb superhero ride.
Madam Web.
Pretty dumb.
Madam Web is in cinemas now. Let's talk about what we did last week. So, last week we flew to Melbourne on Thursday, and we went and saw Taylor Swift on Friday, the night one of the Eras tour in Australia, and we went there and we saw it on the MCG, which is a Melbourne cricket ground for our overseas viewers, which is a famous ground over here. It fits over 100,000 people, but with stage, it only fit 96. And like, amazing, great trip. Had a great time, and just an amazing concert. It is just like 3.5 hours. She's on there most of the time, and she was performing different songs from every different era. And it tells a story. Like, and we went and saw the Eras movie, and we rated it highly when we saw it. The show's better. The atmosphere. I've been to grand finals, which I've been to State of Origin, which is a huge, big deal over here in Australia. I've been to World Cups, and this atmosphere was unbelievable. The noise. Like, there was a famous World Cup match in 2015 where Mitchell Starc, is a famous bowler over here, took a wicket and the stadium shook. Well, the stadium shook for 3 hours. Like, it was amazing. We were on the ground, and it was brilliant. I don't know if anyone's seen our Instagram, but Hannah was crying. It was great. And I'm going to hand over to the Taylor Swift expert and to tell her that. But it was just a great trip. She's so talented. She's, from her humble beginnings as like, playing in front of 20 people to now she's playing 96,000 people. And even she comments, because it's the biggest crowd that she's ever performed in front of. And just amazing. And like not only did they have 3 days of concerts of 96,000, but on Sunday night they had 25,000 people outside, and they warned people not to go, and they still got 25,000. That's like, isn't that amazing? It's 121,000 people, and just to see one lady sing songs, not even see her, you're just hearing her outside, just astonished me. And like, the fans, like, you go to some football games and the atmosphere can be terrible because people were drinking and stuff. But like, just everyone, where we were sitting, just a good vibe. People around us having a good time, swapping bracelets. I brought mine as well. I got some bracelets. But Hen, how was your time? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was the best night ever. Yeah. I just love this. I just loved it because for a long time I've been following the entirety of this show, watching it from blurry live streams, and then to be on the other side of that is crazy. But I think it's unlike other concerts in a way that she's really shook, because we heard that Pink was also performing the same weekend back in the Gold Coast. And what's crazy is that because we had a sister who went to it, and she said that it was like she was just doing songs from almost all of her different albums, because everyone, like, that's what you seem to see, like, more artists are doing that, where they're now, because people are coming in from, like, hearing different songs from different albums and stuff. So now everyone's trying to do that kind of thing. She's changed how concerts are really done in the industry, especially as of late, because I think, having those 2 years, everyone rediscovered people and you found new people. Yeah. And so she's able to bring in a crowd. And it's crazy to think that, there is like 2 albums that are a completely different genre to most of her albums, because she had country to start with and then went into pop, and a lot of hers are pop, and then you have Folklore and Evermore, which are folk. They're like folk songs, and the crowd knows the entirety of the set. They know the lyrics. They know the actions. It's crazy, and it's just fun. It was fun. It was fun standing outside too. There was still crowds of people chanting and yelling. You'd go around and there'd be different spots where it's like high volume where everyone's just standing. Sometimes you would get a glimpse at the screen inside. It was crazy, and it was just fun.
Talk about the show, like the staging. You got sometimes there's a tree grows out of the stage. The house, for Evermore House. Just like they have these pillars and then fire comes out of them just for one song, just for Bad Blood. It didn't happen again for the rest of the night. Fireworks came at the end with Karma. The loudest song, I think the Reputation said, but people went absolutely nuts for that.
From standing outside and inside, I couldn't really tell inside because I was the one yelling, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But from outside, songs like Lover were pretty loud. The start of Reputation, Enchanted, was also really loud. Songs like really big, like a lot of her classics ones were the ones were just huge. Something like Shake It Off really hits large. And stuff like that. And it's great because she does play like her singles from all of her big albums.
What got me was like All Too Well, one of my favourites. And she got up there and she says to people, "Oh, have you got 10 minutes to spare?" And she plays a 10-minute version. And people are there. They just don't leave. They don't go to the toilet or anything like that. They stay in, like, and the crowd gets so into All Too Well. It goes for 10 minutes, and people just so into it. It's just amazing. She is the best. She is the best. Yeah. It's just, I've seen her on many other concerts, but I like, and we've seen her a few different times as well. This is pinnacle.
Yeah, I have seen her. We have seen her a lot and seen her other concerts, and it's crazy. But this is definitely one she's really honed in, and her skill is incredible in this one. It's probably her best yet. Maybe her best.
That's it. That's it for the show today. We had a great time at Taylor Swift and saw Madam Web, so good times. Yeah. Really good times.
For Bob Marley, we'll do an Instagram post.
Yeah, we'll do some reviews this week. I'm seeing Bob Marley, saw the J-Lo movie, saw Players on Netflix, so we'll drop those as things. Tomorrow, we've got movie news, and we're going to talk about some of the Oscar movies. We're building up to the Oscars, which would be good stuff as well. Cool. That is it for today's show. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow for movie news. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Long live cinema. Until tomorrow, it's bye for now.